Hi, my Scorpios. Welcome to Project Feb, Tarot and More. My name is Sharon. I am an intuitive empath, tarot reader, and plan on building this from the ground up. So click like and subscribe so that you can get notifications on the notification bell. And let's see where this goes, okay? So in the pre-shuffle, pre-read, okay, I pick up things intuitively. Wow, what an 7-year cycle. So this is the last year of an 8-year cycle for you guys. It has been literally tower moment with transformation after tower moment with transformation for you guys. Like, and not in little ways, like big breakups, divorces, catastrophic financial bankruptcies, loss of business, loss of family life. People have moved away from you. People that you've used as your support system. Lots of little hurts and slights here and there. It seems like you've got enemies crawling out of the woodwork. Fractured relationships with family. Brothers and sisters that are either incarcerated or you just lose touch, or you have a major falling out in a major way over very important issues, because you're ascending, Scorpios. You're ascending, you're growing and evolving, and you're just laying the foundation of manifesting your great love, which starts, and I think you've come to realize and connect with it. It has to do with loving yourself greatly. And then you can manifest that great love, that soulmate love. And I think a lot of you believe that you're twin flames. So I think you're trying to manifest and call in that twin for yourself. Okay? I want to say and confirm for you that you are absolutely on the right path. It doesn't seem like it because it is literally the rockiest, most stormiest 8-year to 10-year, with the pre-shadow period before you were brought through this transformation, but you've literally been in the hardest cycle of Saturn ever. And with particular focus for this past year, because even though you seemingly are getting a lot of attention or enough attention from the opposite sex or the sex of interest, gender of interest, you just don't feel seen. You don't feel understood. You're really trying to seek out that partner that's going to take the time to dig deep and get to know you. And that is part of your next goal for your love life. So I feel like this reading is going to be twofold. You've got a love interest coming through, okay? You have multiple possibilities, right? Scorpios, you guys have multiple possibilities across the landscape. But you've got one that's really coming through, and in typical Scorpio fashion, you're vetting the situation. It seems that you're really testing, because the final part of this for relationships is learning how to trust, and man, it's turning out to be an issue with surrender. Okay, so let's go to the cards. I've moved away from a structured layout because yeah, Hierophant popped right out. Okay, you guys are manifesting your long-term committed relationship, right? Your marriage. And if you don't believe in marriage, that's fine, but you want your partner. You want this partnership. Okay, so you guys are working on that, and the universe hears you. And what's wrong with this person having their crap together? Just saying. Being assertive, taking initiative, having a little bit of money in the bank, being good with money, managing their finances. Maybe they have properties, right? Being a champion of the 3D world. What's wrong with that? What's wrong with handling something like that? I mean, really. I mean, if we're talking about manifesting the person of my dreams that's good for me in every way and building a partnership from the ground up, I know what I bring to the table. And I know that if I put my hand to it, I can manifest it. And this person as my partner is going to benefit from it. So I want this person to be someone who, A, can value that the way that I've learned to value that, whatever it is that we're manifesting, and someone who can align with me and treat me like a partner, not like a dependent. Okay, Scorpio wants to feel independent and maintain their own individuality in the relationship, right? Your own identity. You don't want to necessarily fully assimilate with this person, but you do want to be taken care of. So it's about traversing that line with someone who's possessive in the healthy ways that you need to be possessed. My woman, my man, my partner, right? That ride or die relationship. With someone who's not going to put you into circumstances where you're constantly tested about dying. Right? Like, yes, I'm your ride or die person, but could you not keep making decisions that like test the principle of whether or not I'm going to die for you? Because I mean, that's not like you being my ride or die and protecting me in the situation. So just saying, maybe you don't want to do stuff like that. And expect me to stick around and, you know, give you all my loyalty and all my goods, right? Oh, well, I guess that card just is like, heck no. Okay, so what is that? Oh, it's the Knight of Cups, and it's upright. But it flew right the hell off the table. And what the guides are saying is you're done making over emotional decisions. Okay, you're gonna start using some thoughts. Okay, so you've learned how to kind of master your emotional self. Oh, and that came through in the pre-read too. Oh gosh, so much stuff came through for you guys in the pre-read. Let me just, I can't even, okay? So, all right, so we've got the Hierophant with the Knight of Pentacles. That's our influencing energy. You guys are manifesting this great relationship that has a great balance of this soulmate connection and deep, etheric, almost psychic communication that you really desire to have with a lover, okay? That values some sense of the conventional security that you need to feel as a Scorpio. You know, you want to feel like that's your partner, this is your person. You can trust them and start investing with them in ways that you haven't with a lot of people, if anybody, you know, in a very long while. And then someone who has a good solid foundation. So even like an earth sign might be a good choice here. I feel like your champion is coming through with some earth placements, and they're healthy, good earth placements, okay? And that with the Hierophant and the Knight of Pentacles in this situation with the influencing energy, I really feel like this is exactly the kind of person you can learn how to trust. Exactly the kind of person that's going to be straightforward, altruistic, transparent. When they say that they're tired and they're going to bed, they really are tired and going to bed. You don't have to send all your friends over to drive by the house as you call 6 other places and then, you know, stalk the Facebook page. Okay? This is a person who, even if you do that, you're going to see and learn. They're really at home in bed, sleeping. Don't get caught doing that to this person, though. Don't do that. I don't feel like this is the kind of person that's going to feel very good. Okay, so I don't think that this is a person's going to walk away if they find that out about you. I do think that this is a forgiving person. I do think that they accept you for who you are. I do believe that they feel on some level, even if it doesn't emote itself to you the way that you think it should or desire for it to emote itself. I think that this is the kind of person who would forgive you for those actions, but they would be affected by knowing that that happened. They would be deeply hurt and affected by the fact that you didn't trust them, or they learned that you didn't trust them, because they haven't done anything to deserve your lack of trust in them, your lack of faith in them. They haven't done anything to deserve that. So I think that, you know, you're dealing with a person who is pretty sensitive, like, because they are a good person and they don't deserve to be treated like anything but a good person. Okay? And I mean, let's just talk about this. Flirty, 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 flirty. You got all this banter. Okay, Scorpio, you like that banter, that quick wit. You like somebody who's showing you attention in a good way, right? Only you attention, right? They're thoughtful too, okay? I feel like it's a young, spry energy here, okay, with the Page of Swords. Okay, and then it's coupled with a major arcana, which is the Lover's card. So if you wanted a vote of confidence from the universe that this is your person that you're dealing with, here's it. Okay, and with the combination of these cards, you could have somebody who has air sign placements, because this is the card of Gemini, and then you have an air element card focused here. Okay, so you could be dealing with a Gemini, strong Gemini energy here. So they may have a Mars in Gemini or some type of placement with Gemini, and you probably have some type of placement in correlation to that Gemini, or their Mars placement or Mercury placement, because your Mercury as well, Mercury ruled. This is a person that kind of intellectual conversation and banter is really just sparking up that passion for you. And I really feel like this is the card of that balanced energy between the two of you, the masculine and the feminine energy. Okay, and they're really doing it for you. Okay, if you haven't met this person, you're manifesting this person. Okay, so just keep focusing on the fact that the universe is bringing this to you. Okay, so as an intuitive tarot reader, anytime a major arcana card pops up in a reading for me, this represents the divine, the greater, powers that be. This isn't something that's in your control. This isn't something that you can influence. Although as a Scorpio, you can certainly tell the universe, hey, I want this, and manifest it. And the universe responds and goes, okay. There's something particularly about this past year, you're starting to catch on to your ability of manifesting and how easy and normal it seems for you, and how a lot of the things that you've manifested in your past have been because your focus has been on those things, and they've been negative and catastrophic, and you've been worried about those as the outcomes, and because you've been focused on that as the outcome or a potential outcome, it happened. So you've had negative manifestations, and now you're kind of going, oh, well, if I can manifest the bad stuff or the stuff that I don't want to happen, what happens when I change my focus? I start, writing down my affirmations on the mirror and speaking those to myself as truths every morning, and transition my thoughts, my ideas, my energy, and my positive focus to what I want instead. And then literally just focus on that and manifest that. Oh my God, I tested it in little ways and those little things happened. Okay, well, let me try something bigger, right? Faith of a mustard seed is what it takes to grow into the power to move mountains. Okay, that's where the energy is at. Okay, passion, banter. They have a great spiritual sense about themselves. This is a woke person. You want a person in your life that's just woke as you are. You're not into these petty games, these dating games, okay? Who's going to keep the upper hand? Who's going to maintain the power in the relationship? Who's going to be the dominant partner? You're not interested in this egocentric relationship. And this came out in the pre-read too. Okay, so you haven't been settling. And you've learned the power and the value of not settling. Okay? I think that a lot of Scorpios that I'm talking to here specifically, you've settled because you haven't believed that it's possible to hold out and wait for more. Okay, so let's just say impatience has been a bit of an issue in the past decade, and you've been working through that. And though I think impatience and impulsivity still may be a little bit of an issue, I think that you've learned enough to have the ability to make better, more sound decisions independently. Okay, although you have a great support system that you've attracted to yourself as you've evolved and grown, now you have those people that are standbys and they stay, they're go-tos. Okay. I feel like you've been manifesting your great love, laying the foundation for all of that by working on yourself first and foremost, okay? And the card that came through to represent that is the Nine of Wands. Not at the power of the 10 yet, not at the energy of the 10 yet, which means you're not completely out of this cycle, and that's okay. I feel like if the partner that you manifest came into your life right now, the power of the 10 would be part of what bonded you guys together and helped you learn to rely on this person to meet your needs, because you have mastered the ability to communicate what those needs are without being demanding and aggressive, right? I mean, essentially, you've been working on this center of communication and your people skills. You've learned how to flirt without aggression. You've managed through your intense emotions when they're triggered, and utilized your mastery of this newfound communication skills to display your standards, to create connection, to convey your needs without being demanding or aggressive. But not settling for your needs not being met. Okay, so that's something else that I wrote down here. And boy, oh boy, have you learned your value. Okay, you've looked back and you've gone, man, if I can withstand and survive this person, this energy vampire, this narcissist in my childhood or in my previous marriage or in my previous relationship, and I'm out of that relationship and I've grown and I've learned and I've ascended and I'm more awakened and I'm focusing on being a healthier individual psychologically, mentally, and emotionally and physically. Even a lot of Scorpios have made physical transformations for themselves and become inspirational to other people to make changes on all of these levels. People are looking to you as an example to epitomize what all of these changes are and mean. You know, if I can go through all of this and have a person literally sucking onto me like a leech and I can survive, well, what can I do if I don't have somebody sucking that energy out of me? If I don't have somebody, you know, in my ear with this negative banter, this negative chatter telling me I can't do it, or I shouldn't do it, or I should be more afraid about moving forward, or I should have deep concerns about it when I instinctively feel like this is what I should pursue. You know, like what's the potential here? And you're starting to wake up to the fact that, oh my God, no. And you've started to realize, you can't come in. No, you're a negative force, and I have had enough of negative force. And you're just cutting through the bullshit like boom, 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 boom. You're like Deadpool, you know, with the swords all out, and you're totally in charge, right? You don't need guns. You got your swords. You're going to handle your business. You're going to cut it right out of your life, and you're going to cut through all the layers of bullshit with other people. You're going to throw a lot of side eyes at people with their, you know, they're trying to get away with things, or there's a lot of this, Scorp. Okay? But that has become, you know it. On the inside, you're going, But on the outside, you've learned the value of, thank you. No, thank you. Thank you. No, thanks. No, thanks. No, thank you. No, thank you. I don't need to call you out on your bullshit. I'm going to take that as my information for myself. Guess who knows that now? Me. Don't give me a reason. Don't give me a reason. Don't be the reason why I come at you with all the information that I've been keeping notes on and keeping track of, right? Right? Because you had the 7 of Wands come out. And it doesn't matter what conflict comes your way. You're the victor. You've always been the victor. You just didn't connect with it, and you had no idea that you were the victor, because it's hard to feel like the victor when you're constantly viewing yourself as the victim. Woo! Oh, especially tower moment after tower moment. So yeah, you have transformed, and it is now your time. Okay, I feel like this is the year of business and GSD. Okay, if you haven't heard that before, I'm going to let you in on a little secret. I don't care about bachelor's degrees or MBAs. I care about GSDs. Getting shit done. I like to watch people get shit done. Check it off the list, right? Bucket list, bucket check. Get it done. Get her done. Thank you, Larry, the cable guy, for just an amazingly funny way of saying it, you know? Get her done. It's true. Okay, so here you go. You got the 6 of Swords. So yeah, you're bringing all the lessons that you've learned, all of the bullshit that you've cut. You're taking it all with you. You're taking your ball and you're going home. You're moving right the hell on out of this. No more of that nonsense. The sky's getting clear. You know, the heaviness is lifting. You've got you and yours taken care of. It's all in the boat. Bye. Bye, Felicia. Bye. You know, disconnecting from the drama of other people that they bring into your life. Yes, totally. Okay, so that great love's coming at you. I feel like you're just like large and in charge. You're learning how to move through oh yeah. See, major arcana as I'm talking about it. You're large and in charge. Here's the star, the hope card, right? This is the card that is like focus on the positives. I love how beautiful this one is because she's got two pictures and she's pouring them into the big ocean like the ocean needs more water. But that's the kind of abundance that this card represents, okay? It's like you're going to pour money on money on money, and you're going to pour love on love on love, and you're going to pour into your life, blessings on blessings on blessings. Gucci man, Gucci game. So I just feel like, yeah, you just have all that positive energy working in your favor. Okay, so for this, I feel like you guys need just a little bit more guidance through this last year. Only in that I feel like some Scorpios are still struggling with focus. You still get a little bit distracted in a little bit of fantasy. Okay? You're a water sign. And, okay, so here's the other thing too, about water signs or about elements in general. Okay, so each element water has Cancer, Scorpio, and Pisces. Okay, so Cancer is the earthiest of water signs. Okay, Scorpio is the fieriest, most fiery of water signs, and Pisces is the most air of water signs. Okay, so I think that each of that, and that applies to all the different different elements, to the different signs. Aries, Leo, Saggy. Aries is the most earthy, kind of grounded air sign. A lot of Aries, or fire signs, a lot of Aries are as they mature, they chill the hell out and they just cut all the drama, and they get their crap right with their money and their finances. Leo is the most watery of fire signs, right? Yeah, I'd have to say that. No. I think it's Sagittarius. Sorry. Saggies the most watery. Saggies tend to feel emotions and they're pretty sensitive to, what other people are doing. Not necessarily are saying about them, but, they want to like save the world, and, they're pretty diplomatic in a lot of their approaches as they evolve. An evolved Sagittarius, an evolved Leo, that type of thing. So each of the elements applies to each of the different signs, and you have your mixed elements and things like that. So Scorpio being the most fiery of the water signs, when emotions run high, the temptation is there to want to escape, okay, and escape deep into the depths of the waters. Okay, it's the deepest too. Okay, so Cancer is the crab, kind of skirts along the surface, hides out in the shoals, goes into its shell when it feels like it wants protection. Pisces is pretty vulnerable. Fish don't necessarily have a lot of protection, but they can move really fast, and they flut that tail around in the sand, and they just dig it, stir it all up, and then you're left there looking like, where the hell did the Pisces go? What's going on here? And you're looking for the Pisces and you can't find them. They already swam out. They're gone. Scorpio, and your sign's the Scorpion. You hide in the dark and nobody can find your ass. You will dive down to the abyss where no one else can stand it. Nobody else can go there. So when you hide down in the depths, it can get bad. It can get deep, right? And there's an element down there of fantasy in that it's so dark. You're left to your own thoughts. You're left to your own devices. You're left to what you can see or what you can make out in the dark, okay? And sometimes it's lonely because nobody can reach you down there. Nobody else but another Scorpio, really. And then the occasional person who's acclimated to the depths down there dives down, but they can't stay. You can hang out there, God, until you choose to come up for air. Okay? Your card came up. Full moon in Scorpio. I'm using the Moonology deck here. This is Moonology Oracle by Yasmin Boland. Beautiful decks because it really depicts any kind of astrological blocks that you may have, or planets and different energies that are affecting what's going on. So you came up as your own card. So you're either your best friend or your worst enemy right now, right? And it's a full moon, so full intense energy, full steam ahead. Okay, and it's time to release negative energy. And I feel like you've been purging and 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 purging some more on top of purging on top of purging. Okay, that's been going on for you for a very long time now, or what seems like forever, and it doesn't seem like there's an end in sight, but you're in the last year of it, okay? So the other card here is the answers you need are coming. I don't necessarily, personally, as a tarot reader, I see this and I go, okay, you guys, guides, the divine. This is too vague. I'm not going to settle for that for my subscribers or for the people out there listening. So let's clarify that a little bit better. Okay, so clearly you're moving out of this cycle. Okay, the answers you need are coming. So they're close. They're almost there. Okay, so let's go to the Soul's Journey lesson cards. These are the James Prague deck. Okay, and I like these because it says the word right on the card. There's no misunderstanding what that word is or what it means. There's no intuitive interpretation necessarily. It just pops out and that's what it is, okay? So we're looking to clarify for Scorpio for the next year what advice they need to hear and what potential energies they need to focus and work on so that they can be their best selves and be totally ready to manifest and totally in tune with who they are and what they're capable of by the end of this year. Large and in charge is what I'm getting. You guys are just going to be large and in charge. Okay, so the first card that comes out, indecision. Okay, so something that you have to focus on for this year is being more decisive, making up your mind, trusting in your intuition that this is the right choice and moving forward with it. Whatever has been your experience for the past decade is not what you can expect for the next decade. You are more in tune with who you really are and what you really want. You don't have to be indecisive like this based on your past experiences anymore. Okay, you can go full steam ahead on the things that you're sure about. And you can be more sure about them with very little investment or energy, okay? I use my intuition in all aspects of life. There you go, it says it right on the card, okay? So utilize that powerful Scorpio water sign, water element intuition that you guys have. Connect with that daily. Wake up in the morning and spend 4 to 5 minutes just in union with your intuition, okay? And then the other card that's coming up is blame. I feel like Scorpio does like to play the blame game, okay? If you guys are true Scorpios out there, sometimes your ability to communicate can become manipulative speech to pass the buck this way, that way, who's really at fault, who's really apologizing, who's taking full accountability for the situation, okay? As Scorpios evolve, they tend to become very altruistic, very transparent. Yep, I did it. I'll fix it. I'm on top of it. I already know it's happened. So I accept responsibility for my own well-being. No more like blaming they, the vague they. You know, they make us fat because, you know, McDonald's. Okay? I've had to learn this lesson myself. The blame game. Okay, like who's they and what are they doing? And, you know, like, no, what am I doing? This is my situation. I've created it. I've participated in it either assertively and made the decision, or passively by not making any decision, and the energy still swings around in motion and in action, because everything in the universe is moving constantly in motion. There's energy being transferred. So if I'm not taking responsibility for what energy is moving in and out of my life with acknowledgement, awareness, and validation, then it's passively coming in and out of my life, and then I'm experiencing it rather than, you know, more influencing it. Okay, so blame and indecision, I feel like those are the cards. So last card we're going to pull here is from the Wild Offering Oracle by Tasha Silver. This is about removing obstacles. Ganesh is on the top of the cards. Okay, so here, striving came out. And I feel like this is the card for striving, anti-striving. I've not had this card before. But, okay, it says, eventually the individual ego's drive to make things happen falls away. Good. Okay, so this isn't about striving. This is about not striving and striving, if that makes sense. And for those of you who are woke, like I feel like I'm talking to, you'll get this. Okay, it falls away and it's replaced with a relaxed, trusting openness to the answers as they arise. Oh, and that was something else that came up here. It says you've learned the value of hanging back to see what happens. And for love, you've learned the value of hanging back and seeing who comes to you. Okay, sending them the right signals, and then the ones who pick up on the signals and come to you usually have a better shot at actually meeting your needs, because they're paying attention to what signals you're sending, right? Right. So the gratitude mantra here is, thank you, Divine, for letting me move with the flow. Okay. Okay, so this has to do with what we've learned in the past decade, or what Scorpios have learned in the past decade about control and releasing control, and how there are certain things you can influence, manifest, and affect, but then there are other things that are the divine. And trust when not when I say to you, but trust what you've learned about how the divine has your back in ways that you couldn't even predict. And there's no way that you could plan to lose your job and get laid off, but then the job offers you a 16-week, salary as a severance package, and then within that 16 weeks, the same company hires you back on, so you don't lose any of your benefits. It's basically just like a transfer. So you got paid for 16 weeks, but didn't work. So you got a 16-week paid vacation from the same company that hired you back on in a different building. Okay, how could you plan for that? You can't. That's the universe, okay? So that's why I'm like, okay, you can handle this because that was amazing. I want more of that. Yeah, how? What do I need to do to get myself in alignment to create more of that in my life? Hello? Oh, yeah, get out of my own way. Thank you. Okay, and then abundance is the other card that came out for you. I feel like the light is a little bit too much right there. There you go. Divine beloved, please show me how to feel fully deserving to receive. Oh, we were just talking about this. Literally, just talking about this. Please show me how to feel fully deserving to receive, because you don't have to do anything. You like literally, I didn't do anything for that to be the case with the job. It happened that way. And it's like, for realsies, what is that even about? Like, I didn't do anything. I didn't pray for that to be the case. I wasn't praying for that. The universe already had that all set up before I even knew it was going to happen. They were like, don't worry, I got your back. I released my ego's plan. Oh, see, there you go. And trust, Scorpio, you got plan A, plan B, plan C, plan D, plan E, plan F, and you have researched every single bit of it. Sometimes perfectionism comes into play because you don't even like to step out until you know it's going to go really well. You don't want to be made the fool by any kind of failure. Well, I think we've learned that making mistakes is okay and it's part of being humans and we all do it. It doesn't necessarily make us vulnerable to each other. It makes us stronger individually. Okay? I release my ego's plan and open to being a vehicle for abundance. I'm going to hold on to this card too for myself, because wow, that really just put me in touch with all of that situation that had happened, and it really reminded me how the universe came through, and in a big way. Like, not a little, that's not a little thing, that's not little. I mean, when you get set up in a situation like that, I mean, that's like, thank you, universe. There is no other way to put it. Thank you, powers that be, the divine, God, I don't know what you want to call it. There's, you know, just thank you for all of it. Gratefulness for all of it, right? So that's Scorpio's life read, it turned out to be, right? Love read about manifesting your soulmate partner here, your twin flame. I think union's right around the corner for a lot of the divine feminines and divine masculines that have been waiting for a long time working on yourselves. I really think that that's around the corner. You guys have been manifesting your divine fill in the blank, your twin. Okay, that's coming up for you guys. So that's Scorpio March. I hope that resonated with you guys and brought clarity and help for you. Click like, click subscribe, and that notification button so that you can get a notification for when I've got new videos coming on. Building Project Fev from the ground up. And this is one Scorpio that is flying by the seat of her pants and trusting the universe to manifest the abundance here. So yes, I'm going to accept that and take this all the way to the bank. Like, owning that as my card and my mantra for my meditation for the month of March. Thank you guys for tuning in. I appreciate you guys being here.